dried up. I was very dried up, like about to die. You know, when I was down, I do tell God myself that He should take my life, that the pains was too much for me. He should just kill me.
In 2020, cancer led to the deaths of over 100,000 Nigerians, having higher mortality rates than HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria combined. A lot of things can be taken for granted. A lot of things can be handled with levity. However, health matters must be treated with utmost care. Kolawole Solomon was just like every other person, living and enjoying life, until that life decided to take its toll on him. This is a story of hope. This is a story of pain, sadness, and light at the end of the tunnel. This is Spotlight.
Hello everyone, my name is Kolawole Solomon. It all started just started 2018 October. I thought it was just normal typhoid or malaria, but actually I went for several tests for typhoid. From October to like August, I treated typhoid for about 9 times. So after that, I was better. Then later, I started feeling pain under my navel. It was like a big stone under my navel. So I had to go to a general hospital near my house. So the doctor did some tests for me. When they confirmed something, they had to tell me to call my parents, that they can't tell me what was actually wrong with me. So the next day I called my brother and we went to the hospital together. So he told my brother it was actually leukemia. So I was referred to Lasut Federal Hospital Ikeja. When I got to Lasut, they treated me. They gave me, I was on idosirel and alperium. So I was taking that for about 3 months. After some months later, I started feeling more pains, a lot of pains. Then last year, March, I was peeing blood, I was vomiting blood, I was pulling blood all over my body. Then they had to rush me down back to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, they had to take me to the emergency. Then from there, I was hospitalized for 7 months at Lasut Federal Hospital. When I was hospitalized, I was taking much blood, different kind of blood, pints of blood, treatment. I was placed on treatment, and later I started feeling pains at my back. Then the doctor said it was actually my kidney. So they had to take me I went for dialysis. I took about 5 dialysis. After the dialysis, I came back to the hospital. I was dried up. I was very dried up, like about to die. So after that, they referred me to hematology at Lasut. When I got to hematology, after diagnosing me, they confirmed it was 2 cancers at a time: lymphoma and leukemia, blood cancer, CML and NHL. So they have to place me on chemotherapy, which is very costly. I did about 6 chemotherapy. Chemotherapy, it's IV. It kills good and bad cells of cancer, good and bad cells generally. That's what it kills. And everybody was telling me not to go for the chemo because I might die or something, because it might kill my bad cells and also kill my good cells. But I have lost all hope. I only have hope in God. So I have to look for money. People helped me online. Everybody really helped me. I did my chemotherapy. Then after my chemo, I was getting better. So they had to like refer me to Ile-Ife again for my drug, which I'm on right now, Glivec. That's what I'm using right now. I'm still very much on medication. Still very much on medication. I do go for checkup every 2 weeks Monday, which is very costly. And my Glivec, I do travel all the way from Lagos to Ife. I felt weak. I felt like, is this where my life is going to end? How can someone has 2 cancers at a time? I've never in my life experienced such or had anything of such. How could I have 2 cancers? My leg was very big, my stomach was big, my neck was big. I have to do biopsy on my neck and all. So things are very hard. I do go for checkup. I'm not working. I don't have the strength to work anymore. Even doctors ask me not to work for now because I don't have any strength. Because of all I've passed through, I don't even have any strength to work. I'm just living, just by God's grace. That's all I'm living on right now. Sometimes I do feel it should just end someday, but now I really give God the glory. He gave me another opportunity to know that there is hope and there is life. You know, when I was down, I do tell God myself that He should take my life, that the pains was too much for me. He should just kill me. But and the other way around, God said it's not my time, that I won't die. So I thank God and I give God the glory. I'm still breathing today. There was a day I was about to take my chemo. I was about doing the same thing the woman did. They will have to give me blood. I have to take just 1 pound of blood before the chemo. So I was very frightened. I was very scared. The lady went inside the ward. She was taking blood and she died before the chemo. So I was like, God, is this what I'm going to experience? Is this what's going to happen to me? I was just in prayers. I was just praying to God that, God, I don't want to experience such. Even that day I told the doctor, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I was so frightened. I was so scared. Because how can someone be taking blood and just passed away? Just like that. But I just prayed to God before taking the blood, and I prayed to God, everything went well, and I took my chemotherapy. I would like to say to people, most especially the youth of today, stay away from drugs, stay away from alcohol. That was the reason why I'm here today. They do tell me to stop drinking, to stop smoking, but when I was in the world, I just say, what's this person saying? But I never knew this was what is going to happen to me. I drink a lot, I smoke, so I just want to beg everyone, most especially the youth of today, please stay away from drugs. Stay away from drugs. It affects slowly. It might not kill you immediately, but it affects slowly, and it's a very dangerous thing. Most of everybody in the world, like my ward where I was admitted, it was the same thing, just this cancer of a thing. And what causes it? It's alcohol. That the doctor are just telling people, stop drinking. So please, I want everyone to stop drinking and stop smoking for a better life. I go for checkup every Monday, 2 weeks Monday, and it's not easy for me. I spend so much when I go for checkup. I buy drugs. I derive some drugs, and I used to do some tests, full blood count, a lot of tests like that. And today I still have some tests to do. When I went to Ife yesterday, concerning my leg, I have a very big injury in my leg. It's lymphoma, but it's going gradually. And I don't have strength to walk. It's very hard for me to feed myself and to feed my daughter. I have a daughter. She's just a year old. It's very hard for me to feed her and to feed myself. I can't cater for anything, I can't do anything. I just want to beg anyone to please support me in any way they can, just to do something for my life. Thank you very much.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Yusuf Adelabu. I'm a clinical hematologist at Marigold Hospital and Critical Care Center, Surulere, Lagos. Leukemia and lymphoma are the major blood cancers, and like most cancer, there are no specific cause of leukemia and lymphoma. However, a number of lifestyle modifications or a number of lifestyle changes have been linked with development of blood cancers. Part of it is exposure to radiation. We are all exposed to radiations, all over, but excessive exposure to radiation, either from power lines or even from petrochemicals like petrols and gas flaring, are things that can predispose to development of cancer. Cancer generally, there are no specific causes for most type of cancers, but for blood cancer, in which leukemia and lymphomas are the major type of cancers. Environmental exposures, particularly to radiation and petrochemical products, have been shown to increase the risk of developing blood cancer. Also, when it comes to dietary changes too, have also been linked to development of blood cancers or other form of cancers. Particularly if one gets exposed to toxins that may be in, particularly if they are from products by use of herbicides or things in the process of planting these food products. So generally, leukemia and lymphoma can likely be prevented by reducing exposure to things that are known to cause cancer generally. So other lifestyle changes like intake of alcohol and cigarette smoking has been linked to several different types of cancer, including blood cancer. However, it's not all that indulge in these lifestyle habits do develop cancer, but it's been shown that reduction in the intake of alcohol and even cessation of cigarette smoking can reduce one's cancer risk in one's lifetime. Survivorship of leukemia and lymphoma globally is actually quite high. A lot of people survive leukemia and lymphoma when they get to have the appropriate treatment and if the treatment is initiated early enough. However, in this part of the world, because of the peculiar challenges we do have in our healthcare system, many individuals are not able to access the right treatment on time, and this has led to the reduction in the survival rates of blood cancer patients in Nigeria. However, it is still one of the most highly treatable cancers worldwide, and if appropriate treatment is given, the survival of blood cancer is greatly increased. In leukemia or lymphoma diagnosis, leukemia can actually really be quite aggressive, particularly if it is of the acute type and rapidly developing in the body. Many a time there are symptoms ranging from bone pains to excessive fatigue, and even while on treatment, a number of patients do come down with severe infection, and so it's usually a tough one to actually undergo the treatment, particularly with the symptoms that arise from not only the condition itself, but the treatment also, because of the effect it has on the body. Because the effect is not only limited to the blood system, it affects virtually every part of the body. But most time when there is significant response to the treatment and there is improvement or response to the treatment, many of these symptoms do get to subside as the treatment becomes very much effective. Yeah, the treatment of leukemia, particularly of this type, in which it usually is in phases. The initial phase of the treatment is to achieve what we call remission. Remission is when you actually suppress the leukemia cells to the level in which they are not detectable in the blood, but they may still be present in the bone marrow. And so the treatment usually goes on into the next phase, which is maintenance phase, to ensure that the leukemia cells are actually kept at bay. Certain types of leukemia can actually, one can achieve a cure, whereby it gets to a particular point in time whereby the patient may not require to continue treatment. So for him, he's been on the treatment up to this phase, and the plan would be to continue the maintenance phase with monitoring of the leukemia cells to ensure that there is no relapse of the leukemia. So basically it's to maintain the medication for as long as the remission is sustained for, and with the hope that there is no relapse at a later time. Blood cancer is not a rare form of cancer, unlike what many people think. Because it's actually one of the commonest cancer in young people. So my advice to young people is to actually take their health seriously. Whenever they do notice any change in their body system, to actually get to present to the hospital, because early detection is key in actually treating this very deadly condition. However, the treatment is very effective, and so if identified early enough and appropriate treatment given, there is always hope for survival of this particular condition.